This is Valley News Live at noon.
Residents from the Fergus Falls area have gathered outside Lake Region Healthcare to protest the firing of Dr. Jeff Gorick. Let's go to Aaron Walling to see what the community is saying there.
Well, thanks, Anna. We're on the other side of the street from the Lake Region Healthcare facility, where there's close to over 200 people gathered here to protest the termination of Dr. Jeffrey Horak. Now, I'm going to step out of the way so you can see the crowd behind me. Right now, they are holding signs that are saying, "We stand with Dr. Horak." Also, personal choice is freedom, and saying things against the vaccine and also masks. They are all gathered here today because earlier this month, Dr. Jeffrey Horak was at the school board meeting for Fergus Falls, where he made some statements against the mask mandate that was implemented by the school district. Now, there is no word from the group that he was employed with on whether or not that was the reason for his firing or termination. But as of right now, they are still out here. They're going to be out here till about 1 p.m. In Fergus Falls, Aaron Walling, Valley News Live.
Thanks, Aaron. And Dr. Gorick spoke to Valley News Live on Friday, and he says his employer requested his resignation as a result of their differing views. We'll continue to follow this story and bring you any updates here on Valley News Live. Well, Summer Schnellbach is here with a forecast that, you guessed it, may be a little bit chilly. Summer, how does our week look?
Thanks, Anna. From here, we're only going up, but it was another chilly start with some areas again dipping below freezing, especially across the northern valley. But right now, temperatures have mostly warmed up into some 30s and 40s with a high cloud view here, courtesy of our Devil's Lake Home of Economy SkyCam network. Now, we are going to see some rising temperatures today, many of us near that 50-degree mark, and this will be a common sight across the region with increasing clouds for our entire day. But check out what we're seeing for the wind right now. We are seeing them gusting into some areas into the 30-mile-per-hour range, and that is mostly off to the west where there is a wind advisory in place. Dickinson having a gust of 43 miles per hour. Coming up in just a minute, Anna, I'll time out when we will see some wind moving into our neck of the woods and when we might even see some rain moving into the valley.
Thanks so much, Summer. It looks like fall is definitely here. A rural Minnesota man waited 2 days for an ICU bed and later died of COVID-19. It's one of several examples that have frustrated officials in rural hospitals whose facilities are overwhelmed by COVID-19 patients. Bob Cameron spent 2 days in his hometown hospital in Hallock, Minnesota. Caregivers searched nonstop for a space in a larger hospital that could find and fix the source of his severe gastrointestinal bleeding and treat his COVID-19. A bed was secured at Sanford Health in Fargo on October 12th, but his condition worsened after his surgery. 87-year-old Cameron died on October 13th. And during a 3-week stretch this month, rural hospitals were caring for more COVID-19 patients than Twin Cities hospitals. The drug company Pfizer has determined that its COVID-19 vaccine is more than 90% effective in preventing symptoms in kids ages 5 to 11. An FDA advisory committee is meeting tomorrow to consider Pfizer's request for emergency use authorization. Some experts argue that a vaccine for children is necessary to combat COVID.
Vaccinating children will be really important for us to be able to return to normal life as we know it.
Approved vaccines could roll out to pediatricians and offices as well as schools in as little as 2 weeks. Moderna is also touting the trial results of its COVID-19 vaccine for school-age children. The pharmaceutical company says its trial showed smaller doses generated a strong immune response in children aged 6 to 11. More than 4,700 children participated. They were given 2 50-microgram doses of Moderna's vaccine, 28 days apart, half the dose given to adults. Moderna says the kids' antibody response kicked in 1 month after the second dose. The most common side effects include fatigue, headache, and fever. Moderna's trial has not been peer-reviewed or published yet, but the company plans to submit their results to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. And the fallout from a deadly shooting on a movie set in New Mexico has revealed safety issues involving a member of the crew. Actor Alec Baldwin fired a prop gun on Thursday, killing cinematographer Helena Hutchins and wounding the director. Omar Villafranca is in Santa Fe, New Mexico with the details.
At a vigil in Los Angeles Sunday, film and television workers gathered to honor Helena Hutchins. Hutchins' death is now under investigation by the Santa Fe County Sheriff. According to an affidavit, Assistant Director Dave Halls grabbed one of 3 prop guns set aside by the film's armorer, Hannah Gutierrez, who took her first lead armorer job earlier this year. When Halls handed the gun to actor Alec Baldwin, Halls allegedly shouted, "Cold gun," indicating there was no live round in the chamber. Baldwin later fired the gun, killing Helena Hutchins and wounding the director, Joel Souza, who was standing behind her. And in a new affidavit released last night, Souza told investigators Baldwin was rehearsing a scene that involved drawing his weapon and pointing it towards the camera lens. A 911 call from Thursday raises questions about how the gun was handled on set, including by Assistant Director Halls.
It's a ID. He's supposed to check the guns. He's responsible.
Maggie Gall was a pyrotechnician on a shoot with Halls back in 2019. She says Hall's behavior on that set compelled her to file a complaint with her executive producers.
The first AD, they're not just steering the ship, they're also there to maintain a safe working environment.
Were there any safety concerns that you had when you were there?
No fire lanes, hard to access, doors were blocked, there were no safety meetings.
While the investigation into the shooting continues, it's not clear if criminal charges will be filed, says New Mexico defense attorney Erlinda Johnson.
Or they have to demonstrate criminal negligence, that the person acted recklessly with wanton disregard for the safety of others.
We have repeatedly reached out to Halls and Gutierrez, but have not heard back, and we're expecting to learn more about this case at a Wednesday press conference. Omar Villafranca, CBS News, Santa Fe, New Mexico.
North Dakota Sober Ride lift codes are available for Halloween weekend. North Dakota Sober Ride is a Vision Zero program to remove impaired drivers from North Dakota roads. They'll be offering discounted lift rides during Halloween weekend where available, and codes will be available from October 29th to the 31st, or while codes last. Use code VZ Halloween 1 to get $10 off your ride. Only one code can be used per user during the promotion, and codes can be found on the Vision Zero website. Try MATBUS Week is taking place now, and it provides the public with opportunities to experience all the benefits that MATBUS has to offer. Bus fares will be half price on Monday through Friday, so it'll cost 75 cents for adults and 40 cents for youth, elderly, and the disabled Monday through Friday. It'll be free fare on Saturday. For more information on incentives being offered this week, log on to our website at valleynewslive.com. Minnesota's congressional delegation is introducing a resolution today to posthumously award the Congressional Gold Medal to superstar Prince, citing his indelible mark on Minnesota and American culture. That's according to the Associated Press. The medal is one of the nation's highest civilian honors. Prince died in 2016. The resolution for Prince is led by U.S. Representative Ilhan Omar, a Democrat who represents Minneapolis, and Democrat Senator Amy Klobuchar, who represents the state. Coming up at noon, a strike is looming for McDonald's employees. But next, we'll be back here with weather to plan your day.